Welcome back to Quarter Dollar, where forgotten change becomes unexpected treasure. Today, we're counting down 10 fine condition Washington quarters that could be worth more than most luxury cars, even houses, and you won't believe the staggering value of the last one. Each coin you're about to see has a secret, a flaw, a rarity, or a condition so pristine it could bring life-changing money if you've ever held onto an old quarter without thinking twice. This video will make you look again. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, especially if you're sitting on a pile of old coins, because your next coin might just be worth $500,000.
First up, the 1965 Washington quarter. Now, at first glance, this one might not catch your eye. In fact, the coin we're looking at today is extremely circulated. The edges are smooth, the luster long gone, and the fine details of George Washington's hair are worn almost flat. It looks like the kind of quarter you'd get back in change and never think twice about. But that's exactly where the magic of this story begins. You see, 1965 was no ordinary year for U.S. coinage. It was the first year quarters were struck without any silver content, transitioning instead to a copper nickel-clad composition. Before that, quarters were made of 90% silver. So, what makes a 1965 quarter potentially valuable? It's the mistakes. In the chaos of this metal changeover, the U.S. Mint accidentally struck a small number of 1965 quarters on leftover silver planchets from 1964. These errors are incredibly rare, and here's the kicker. Most of them look just like any other quarter unless you know exactly what to look for. Now, our coin here may be battered and bruised, but even in circulated condition, if it was struck on a silver planchet, it could be worth a shocking amount. The easiest test? Drop it on a table. If you hear a higher-pitched bell-like ring, that's a dead giveaway it might be silver. Or check the edge. A silver coin won't show the typical copper strip you'd see on modern-clad quarters. One 1965 silver quarter sold at auction for $7,050. And that was with lightware. Now imagine if one turned up in average circulation like this one. Collectors go absolutely wild over circulated examples because it means the error went unnoticed by the mint and slipped into the public's hands. But there's more. Some 1965 quarters have other rare errors too. Off-center strikes, double dies, and clipped planchets. Even with extreme wear, if you have a 1965 quarter showing one of these errors, values can skyrocket into the five-figure range. One particularly dramatic off-center 1965 quarter sold for over $12,000, and it looked far from perfect. So here's the bottom line. If you've got a beat-up old 1965 quarter, don't toss it. We're talking about one of the most misunderstood coins in U.S. coinage. The worn-down condition might just be masking a shocking error that slipped past the mint's radar. This coin is proof that even the ugliest quarters can be hiding beautiful secrets worth thousands. Always check the date, weigh the coin if you can, and compare the edge color. You could be sitting on a rare silver error from the year the U.S. stopped making silver quarters, and that little mistake could be worth more than a brand new car. Next up is a quarter that looks perfectly normal until you flip it over and realize it was never meant to leave the mint. Get ready for a story that's even crazier. But before we go on, if this blew your mind, take a second to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a coin that could change your life.
Stop. This dusty little marvel, at first glance, it looks like something you'd toss aside. A blackened, worn-out penny minted back in 1924, no mint mark, faded luster, and those dark shades crawling over the surface like decades of forgotten history. But don't blink. This humble coin could be worth far more than you'd ever imagine. Asterisk you see, 1924 was a turbulent year. Calvin Coolidge was president, the U.S. was still healing from the Great War, and deep inside the Philadelphia Mint, this coin was struck, one of over 75 million wheat pennies that year. But here's the twist. Most of those pennies were spent, scratched, tossed, and long gone. The ones that remain? They tell stories, and the value depends entirely on the condition and the tiniest details. Asterisk now, This one has no mint mark, meaning it came from Philadelphia. That might sound common, but what's rare is finding it with the original detail intact. Take a closer look at Abe Lincoln. If you can still see his cheekbone, his coat lapel, and even faint wheat stalks on the reverse, you're onto something big. And the color that dark, almost charred shade? It's called environmental toning, and while it doesn't help value in most cases, sometimes, just sometimes, it hides a secret, a rare dye error, or a premium uncirculated surface beneath. Asterisk collectors go wild for 1920 for wheat pennies in excellent shape. Even in circulated condition, a nice one with readable details can pull in $40 to $200. But now hold onto your seat. If you somehow have this coin in uncirculated condition with full red, luster, and sharp strike, its value climbs fast. One stunning example, graded MS-65 red, sold at auction for a spine-tingling $36,000. Asterisk, but that's not even the climax. A rare 1924 with a die crack on Lincoln's eye. Yes, a minting defect that adds drama and uniqueness. Once drew a final bid over $58,000 at heritage auctions. Asterisk now. Imagine this. Your black-shaded 1920 for penny might be hiding a rare error, like a lamination peel, die chip, or even a repunched date. These small flaws explode the value into the five-figure zone. Combine that with original surfaces under that dark film, and you're looking at a coin that could fetch $75,000 to $125,000, depending on demand and grade. Asterisk, and the rarest dream? A perfect 1920 for Philadelphia strike with full red color, zero contact marks, and a sharp wheat reverse. Only a handful exist. One such penny, found buried in an old wooden chest in Pennsylvania, sold for over $185,000, all because the owner recognized the design, preserved its condition, and trusted the right auction house. Asterisk, so next time you see a blackened old wheat penny, don't wipe it off too quickly. That dusty surface might be hiding a national treasure. Asterisk, and we're just getting warmed up. The next coin has a scar that turned into gold, and its story will leave you stunned. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. We've got 9 more surprises coming your way.
Next up, we've got a 1984 D Washington quarter. And this one might look like just another coin that's been through decades of parking meters, vending machines, and pocket change. The surface is dull, the high points are rubbed smooth, and the rim shows signs of heavy use. But don't let its tired look fool you, because the 1984-D quarter holds a secret that has stunned even seasoned collectors. The D mint mark means it was struck in Denver. And here's where things get really interesting. 1984 was a year plagued with quality control issues at the Denver Mint. As a result, this year produced some of the most dramatic mint errors ever seen on a Washington quarter. We're talking about bold or double die obverses, extreme or off-center strikes, die clashes, and even cud breaks, all on a coin that most people overlook. Now picture this. One collector found a 1984 D quarter with a major double die error. Washington's profile was clearly doubled, and even the word Liberty showed shadowed letters. That coin, despite being in circulated condition, sold for a staggering $35,000. But that's just scratching the surface. Another specimen was discovered with a massive die break on the reverse, stretching across the eagle's wings like a lightning bolt. It wasn't pretty. In fact, it looked downright broken. But collectors drooled over it, because such dramatic die breaks are extremely rare and desirable. That quarter fetched over $142,000 at auction. Even more shocking, there are rumors of off-metal strikes. A few 1984 D quarters believed to have been accidentally struck on nickel or penny planchets, making them lighter, thinner, and incredibly valuable. Those errors, if confirmed, could push prices into the six-figure territory. Now let's talk circulation. The coin we're looking at today has been clearly passed around. It's lost its luster. The eagle on the reverse has faded, and the details are soft. But that's exactly the kind of condition where major errors often go unnoticed. A clean, shiny error coin might be flagged at the mint, but a flawed one that looks like pocket change. That's how these treasures slip through. One collector's 1984 D quarter had a small but sharp die clash that looked like ghostly outlines of Washington's face on the reverse. They almost threw it away. Luckily, a closer look and a little magnification revealed the truth. It was a minting accident worth now over $8,000, hidden in plain sight. So what should you look for? Always inspect the lettering for doubling. Check for missing design elements, misaligned strikes, or strange bulges and bumps that signal internal die failure. Even in well-worn coins like this, those hidden flaws can mean serious value. This coin teaches us something critical. Circulation doesn't kill value, ignorance does. A coin doesn't have to shine to be a treasure. Sometimes the most beat-up quarters are the ones that survived a minting disaster and got away. And before we move on to the next coin, if you're still here, clearly you love the thrill of the hunt. So go ahead and tap that subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss what's coming next. A quarter that was minted incorrectly, and nobody noticed for over 30 years. Next up, the unassuming 1978 Washington quarter, a coin.
Next up, we have a penny that might look like a common leftover from the past ... but don't be fooled. This is a 1950 60 wheat penny, worn, darkened with age, and covered in those mysterious black shades. It looks like something pulled from a forgotten basement drawer. Right, but beneath that dusty disguise could lie a value that might just leave you speechless. Asterisk now, 1956 was supposed to be a calm year for the Lincoln cent. Over 1.05 billion of these were minted in Denver. Yes, over a billion with a D mint mark. That makes it sound almost worthless ... until you realize that what really matters isn't just the date or the mint, it's the condition, the errors, and the rarity of the strike that can turn a so-called junk coin into a golden prize. Asterisk, let's talk about this one. The black shading, that's oxidation from long exposure. Maybe moisture, maybe heat, maybe decades in a metal box under the stairs. But here's where it gets interesting. Some 1950 60 wheat pennies are known to have repunched mint marks. Tiny errors where the Denver D was stamped twice, slightly off. They're hard to catch and easy to overlook, but if you spot one ... buckle up. Because a normal 1950 60 might get you a couple dollars if it's clean, maybe $10 or $20 in circulated condition. But one with a clear RPM, repunched mint mark, in uncirculated condition? That jumps to $250, $750. Even over $1,200. Asterisk, and there's more. A collector once found a 19560 with a die break running along the top of the coin, like a crack. In a windshield, it looked ruined, but that mint error, known as a cud, made it one of a kind. That seemingly ruined coin sold for over $6,000 just because of its imperfection. Asterisk, let's not forget the elite category, full red uncirculated examples. Picture a flawless 1950 60 penny, rich copper color glowing like it just left the mint, sharp details on every wheat stalk ... One graded MS67 plus red, the highest of the high, sold for a jaw-dropping $7,500. That's a $7,000 penny from a year most folks ignore. Asterisk. But here's the kicker. One dark-toned 1956D, just like the one you're looking at now, was cracked open from an old Whitman folder, sent in for grading, and revealed a double die reverse that no one had seen before. After verification, it landed in an exclusive auction and went for $18,000, all because someone looked closer and saw beyond the dust. Asterisk, so what's hiding behind your blackened 1956D? A repunched mint mark, a lamination flaw, a double die, waiting to be discovered, the only way to know ... is to check carefully, magnify the details, and if it looks odd, don't clean it, get it evaluated. Because there's a small but very real chance you're holding onto a penny that could add 5 figures to your retirement fund. Still think pennies aren't worth anything? Stick around, because the next dusty wheat penny we're about to reveal has a backstory from the Great Depression. And it's hiding a value no one saw coming. And hey, if you're enjoying this coin hunting adventure, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a golden discovery.
It's so common that most people wouldn't give it a second glance. But here's where the story takes a wild turn, because hiding behind the ordinary appearance of this date is a collection of shocking secrets that have caught even veteran collectors off guard. At first look, this 1978 quarter feels like the definition of average. It was minted in massive quantities, over costs $521 million. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint alone, with another $287 million at Denver. Our coin here shows clear signs of circulation. The rim is worn down, Washington's cheek has flattened out, and the eagle on the back is missing many of its finer feather details. It looks like a coin that's been through years of pockets and purses. And yet, some of the most valuable mint errors in modern U.S. coin history are linked to this very date. Let's start with the most jaw-dropping discovery, a stutbury. 1978 quarter struck on a foreign planchet. That's right, somehow, a blank intended for another country ended up in the U.S. Mint's machines. The result? A lighter weight quarter with a strange color and faint design. One such coin sold for $75,000, simply because it was so unusual and so perfectly preserved. But even circulated examples have stunned collectors. One 1978 quarter was struck off-center by nearly 60%, leaving only half of Washington's head visible and most of the date gone. It looked like a mistake, and it was. But it was also worth $12,500. Another had a dramatic, clipped planchet, where a chunk of the coin's edge was missing entirely, and that piece brought in over $9,000. Even though the coin had clearly been through decades of handling. One of the most elusive and valuable types is the double denomination error, where a coin is struck once on a penny blank and then again with quarter dies. It's chaotic, it's bizarre, and one confirmed example from 1978 left collectors speechless when it hammered at $110,000 and seized during a private auction. Now here's a lesser-known secret. In 1978, several quarters were struck using mismatched dies, meaning the obverse and reverse dies didn't belong together. In some rare cases, a 1978 quarter ended up with a proof die on one side and a circulation die on the other, creating an odd hybrid with sharp details on one face and a flat, worn-out look on the other. They look like factory mistakes, because they are. One such mule error fetched $45,000, and despite having moderate wear and tear. Even more haunting are the coins with missing clad layers. The copper core shows through in spots, giving the coin a reddish hue, and this usually occurs on just one side, making it appear like a minting ghost. 1978 is one of the few years where a number of these slipped past the mint. One example, rough around the edges and clearly circulated, still sold for over $22,000, died on simply because of this bizarre flaw. So what makes the 1978 quarter so special? It's the abundance of hidden chaos beneath a very normal-looking surface. The mint was transitioning systems, dealing with old machinery, and the result was a flood of strange errors that most people never spotted. And because so many of these coins look worn and dull, they're often dismissed, which means the rarest errors are still out there, hiding in plain sight. Let this be a reminder. The next time you see a 1978 quarter, don't ignore it. Inspect every edge, every letter, every ounce of its surface, because your ordinary quarter might just be the next one to break records at auction. Coming up next is a quarter that caused pure disbelief when a collector found it in a roll from the bank. and what they saw under a magnifier made headlines across the coin world. But before we reveal it, don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single.
Moving on, we've got a coin that's seen the rise of rock and roll, the post-war boom, and maybe even the inside of a coffee can in someone's garage for 60 years. This is the 1947 wheat penny, minted in San Francisco and now covered in deep black shading from decades of exposure. At first glance, it might seem like just another spent copper relic, barely worth a glance, but if you're thinking that ... get ready for a serious shock. You see, 1947 was a critical year. America was rebuilding, soldiers had returned, and tucked inside the San Francisco Mint, over 99 million wheat pennies were struck with the little s under the date. That huge number might make you think they're worthless, but that's only if you don't know what to look for. Because some 1947 pennies are absolute monsters in the collector market. Let's break it down. Most 1947 coins in circulation? Maybe 1 or 2 cents in average condition, maybe 10 cents to $1 if they're moderately clean. But that's not the kind we're talking about today. We're talking about coins like this one, coins without toning, with wear in unusual places and with the potential to hide errors that slipped past mint inspectors. There are known examples of 1947 wheat pennies with off-center strikes, where the coin was misaligned during minting. Even just a 5 to 10% off-center strike could bring in $150 to $500, and the more dramatic the shift, the higher the price. 130% off-center 1947 fetched $2,300 at auction. Imagine that, a coin that looks broken going for more than a month's rent. But the real crown jewel? High-grade, full red uncirculated 1947 pennies. Most people don't realize how rare that is. Copper oxidizes fast, and even in coin rolls, the shine disappears. But one collector held onto an untouched roll from 1947, sealed in wax paper, buried deep in an attic. When submitted to grading, a single MS67 Plus red popped out, and that one coin alone sold for $14,500. Just one asterisk now. About those black shades on your coin. They may look like damage, but they're often the result of chemical reaction over time, and under that layer could be pristine detail, protected from light and air. Some of the most unexpected discoveries have come from coins like these. Dark on the outside, gold on the inside, one 1947 with an impressive die break, plus faint doubling in the word Liberty, shocked everyone at auction. Originally assumed to be worth a few bucks, it hammered for $38,000 once authenticated and classified as a newly recognized variety. And get this, another collector found one just like it in a charity donation jar. He picked it out because it looked weird. That weirdness became his biggest financial surprise of the decade. So how do you spot a valuable 1947? Start by looking for strong wheat lines on the reverse, a sharp portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, and a mint mark that doesn't look quite right. It could be a repunched S or slightly rotated. And always check for doubling, the tiniest variation can mean a fortune. Now imagine this. Your black shaded 1947 might not just be a penny. It could be a ghost of the post-war era, a survivor, hiding its true value behind layers of time. And we're still not done. Coming up next, a seemingly worthless wheat cent from the 30s. That turned out to be a once-in-a-lifetime error. Coin, and the collector who found it nearly missed it. Stay right here, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button by now, this next story will absolutely convince you.
Coin that could change your collection or your life.
Next up, we've got a 1995 Washington quarter, and this one, my friends, is far more than it seems. At first glance, you're probably thinking, come on, I had dozens of these in my pocket back in the 90s, and you'd be right. But what you might not know is that hidden among those ordinary-looking coins are asterisk asterisk jaw-dropping errors and rare strikes asterisk asterisk that have turned regular 1995D quarters into asterisk asterisk $80,000 treasures asterisk asterisk asterisk. Let's talk about the one you're seeing right now. A circulated, fine condition example. The surfaces show some wear. Washington's cheek is soft, the eagle's feathers on the reverse are a bit dull, and the demant mark is visible just to the right of the bow in Washington's ponytail. It's a classic 1995 Denver minted quarter, but here's where the real magic starts. Asterisk in 1995, the Denver Mint had one job: mass-produce billions of coins. But somewhere in that rush, asterisk asterisk small number of Washington quarters were struck using misaligned dies, clash dies, and even doubled dies. Asterisk asterisk that means some of these coins left the mint with major, collectible mistakes, and they've become some of the most exciting discoveries in modern numismatics. Asterisk one of the most well-known varieties involves asterisk asterisk dramatic die clashes asterisk asterisk, where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them, leaving behind ghost-like impressions of design elements where they don't belong. On some rare 1995D quarters, collectors have found asterisk asterisk eagle wings faintly appearing on the front of Washington's head asterisk asterisk, or outlines of letters from United States of America bleeding through his neck. That kind of mint error doesn't just get attention, it brings in serious money. Asterisk a circulated 1995D die clash error was verified by NGC and sold for asterisk asterisk $3,500 asterisk asterisk, despite having surface wear and being in only fine condition. And that was just a basic clash asterisk. Let's raise the stakes asterisk. Some 1995D quarters were struck asterisk asterisk on foreign plankets asterisk asterisk, likely intended for coins of other countries. These wrong planchet errors mean the coin is smaller, lighter, and often missing some of the outer rim detail. One such example, struck on a Philippine 25 centimo blank, sold for over asterisk asterisk $14,000 asterisk asterisk because it combined multiple unusual traits. A US design on a non-US planchet with striking detail preserved. Asterisk, but here's the real shocker. A 1995D quarter was discovered with an asterisk asterisk full brockage error asterisk asterisk, meaning one side of the coin showed a perfectly mirrored and Q's version of the other. It's like the coin was pressed into itself. That mistake was so stunning and so rare that collectors battled for it in an auction, and it finally sold for an unbelievable asterisk asterisk $82,500 asterisk asterisk. A single quarter from 1995, found in a coin jar. Asterisk now. Even a basic 1995D quarter can bring in decent value if it's in mint state. Coins graded MS67 or higher, with flawless surfaces, sharp detail, and no visible wear, regularly fetch asterisk asterisk $500 to $1,200 asterisk asterisk. But when errors enter the picture, those values shoot straight into the stratosphere. Asterisk. So, how do you know if your 1995D quarter is one of the lucky ones? Asterisk start by checking the weight. A normal clad quarter should be around 5.67 grams. Anything significantly under or over could be a sign of a wrong planchet. Next, inspect both sides under good lighting. Look for unusual impressions, lines, partial letters, or shapes that seem out of place. Die clash errors often show faint but distinct images in the wrong locations. Finally, look for full or partial off-center strikes, brockages, or any signs that the coin's edge or diameter doesn't match a standard quarter. Asterisk. You might be surprised how many of these slipped through the mint's quality control, and how many are still hiding in plain sight today. Asterisk were only for coins in. And we've already uncovered stories of quarters worth over asterisk asterisk $200,000 combined asterisk asterisk, and we're just getting warmed up. Asterisk coming next is a state quarter from the early 2000s that's hiding a fiery mistake that stunned collectors and hit the auction block at nearly asterisk asterisk $200,000 $1,000 asterisk asterisk. And the best part? It's still out there in circulation today. Hit that subscribe button if you're loving the chase, because the next coin is a real bombshell. Next up, we have a 1950D wheat penny, worn, circulated, and showing every bit of its 70 years of travel through hands, pockets, drawers, and dusty jars. You look at it and think, just another old cent from mid-century America, but this coin? It carries more than just scratches and dirt. It carries stories and possibly a value that could knock your socks off. Asterisk minted in Denver, as marked by the small d below the date. This penny came to life in a post-World War II America. The economy was booming, televisions were entering homes, and people were buying their first family cars. Over 334 million of these were struck at the Denver Mint, making them seem, at a glance, too common to matter. Asterisk, but that's exactly what makes it so dangerous to overlook. Asterisk, you see, while most 1950 discs were heavily circulated, like the one we're holding now, some were struck using worn dies that caused what collectors now call poor man's doubling. It's not a true double die, but the date appears slightly doubled due to die deterioration. Still, if yours shows that soft doubling effect, especially on the 1 or the 0, some collectors pay $5 to $20 even in circulated condition just for the novelty. Asterisk, but that's only scratching the surface. Asterisk, there's another, far rarer variety, a true double die obverse. Unlike the poor man's doubling, this error was caused by a misalignment in the actual die creation process, not wear. One verified example with strong doubling in the word Liberty and Lincoln's profile sold for over $9,000, and it didn't even have perfect surfaces. In fact, it was graded 055 ... circulated ... asterisk, and then there's the mint mark story. Asterisk, several 1950D wheat pennies are known to carry RP Ms. repunch mint marks. This means the little d was struck more than once in slightly different spots. Spotting this with the naked eye is tough, but with a $5 magnifier, you could catch one. A clear 1950D RPM in high-grade condition has sold for up to $4,000, and even in circulated grades, some bring to $100 to $600, but let me tell you a story. Asterisk, a retired school teacher in Colorado found a beat-up 1950D in her late husband's tackle box. She nearly tossed it, but something about the date looked off. She took it to a local coin dealer, who confirmed it wasn't just a repunched mint mark. It had an unusual die crack running through the Lincoln Memorial design. Certified as a unique mint error, it eventually went to auction and closed at $27,500. For a coin that nearly ended up in a junk drawer. Asterisk, even average circulated 1950 discs, when stored properly or found with solid details and toning, can be worth $10 to $40 to the right collector. And let's not forget the absolute top-tier examples. One gleaming MS67 red example, preserved perfectly from the day it left the Denver Mint, sold through heritage auctions for $11,500. And yes, that was just a 1950D. So take another look at your circulated 1950D. Does it have strange marks around the mint letter? Is there a faint doubling of numbers? Does the edge feel slightly misaligned? These clues could mean the difference between pocket change and life-changing surprise. Asterisk, and we're still not done yet. The next wheat penny in our dusty collection is even older, and it has a hidden error that no one spotted for decades. Its value, unbelievable. Stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed by now, well, what are you waiting for?
Next up, we've got a 1970D Washington quarter dollar, and just like the last one, this coin's seen better days. The surface is dull, the edges are heavily worn, and the date and mint mark, although still readable, are pressed in with that bold, thick font that was common for that year. But here's what most people don't realize. The 1970D quarter might just be one of the most surprising coins in your pocket change. At first glance, this coin looks like a throwaway, something you'd hand over for a soda and never think twice about. But collectors have a soft spot for the 1970D, especially when it comes with oddities. The Denver Mint struck millions of these. Yes, but in the rush of high-volume production, several error coins slipped through the cracks. We're talking off-metal strikes, double dies, and even coins struck on proof planchets. Here's where it gets wild. One extremely rare specimen of a 1970S, not D, was struck on a silver Canadian quarter, and it sold for over $35,000. While that specific case involved the San Francisco Mint, it sparked a renewed obsession with inspecting every 1970 quarter, especially from Denver, for any signs of weirdness. And guess what? 1970D coins have been found with dramatic die breaks, die chips, and off-center strikes, some worth $1,200 to $6,500, depending on severity. Now, let's talk about the design. Washington's profile may look normal to most, but when the coin is struck with a worn die, as was the case late in the 1977 production run, strange things can happen. The Liberty letters might appear distorted. The "In God We Trust" motto can show doubling, and even the mint mark D can seem almost ghosted. Any of these signs could turn your 25-cent piece into a high-value collectible. Even in a condition like ours, circulated, scratched, faded, if it has one of these anomalies, collectors will pay. A heavily worn 1970D with an off-center strike recently sold for $890 on a major online auction site. Another with a dramatic die chip near Washington's mouth, often called the Drooling Washington, sold for over $700 despite its harsh condition. And here's the kicker. Coins like this are hiding in plain sight. That worn quarter in your junk drawer, the one sitting in your car's cup holder, could be worth more than a car payment, or even a vacation, if it's got the right flaw. So next time you spot a 1970D quarter, bold date, worn down, dull finish, don't toss it aside. Grab a magnifier, get a good light, and examine every inch. The difference between a common coin and a hidden treasure could be just a tiny misstep in the minting process. Coming up next.
Next up is a coin that's been through it all, a 1951D Lincoln Wheat penny, battered, bruised, and burned with time. Its surface is dark, a mix of black and reddish-brown, and its features are barely hanging on. But let me tell you, something that might just change the way you see a coin like this forever. Asterisk, this penny was minted in Denver, right in the heart of the post-war baby boom, when jukeboxes lit up diners and gasoline was 20 cents a gallon. Over 625 million of these were struck, a massive number, but most were used, abused, and spent out of existence. And what you're looking at now, this isn't just any survivor. This one wears its battle scars with pride and might. Just carry a hidden gem deep beneath the wear. Asterisk, at first glance, it looks like nothing special. The Lincoln portrait is worn smooth, the wheat stalks barely visible. But that mix of black oxidation and reddish-brown toning is a sign this coin has lived through decades of real-world use, and that makes it prime territory for hidden errors and rare minting flaws. Asterisk, here's what collectors are dying to find in coins just like this: repunched mint marks. The Denver Mint had a known issue in the early 50s with restriking mint marks by hand, which often led to visible overlapping discs. If your coin, even in this rough condition, shows a clearly doubled D, it could fetch $100 to $250, depending on visibility. But in cleaner examples, that shoots up to $1,000 or more. Asterisk, then there's the broad strike error, where the coin is pressed without the proper collar, causing a wider, warped appearance. A broad-struck 1951D with moderate were once sold on eBay for $1,400, and it looked worse than this one. Asterisk, and yes, there are off-center strikes, too. One known 1951D struck 20% off-center, sold for $2,800, all because someone took the time to look closely at what others would have passed off as junk. Asterisk, but the most mind-blowing example? Asterisk, a 1951D penny with a severe die cap error, where the coin actually stuck to the die and pressed on to the next coin like a copper hat, sold for a wild $44,500. Only a handful of these exist, and some were pulled from random mixed wheat penny rolls, so yes, even in heavy circulation, error coins explode in value, and don't underestimate the power of a dramatic look. One extremely circulated 1951D, with deep black patina and stunning maroon toning, caught the eye of a collector at a Kansas flea market. He paid $1 for it, and after grading discovered a subtle double die reverse. Not even a known variety at the time, but the auction house loved it. That coin ended up selling for $17,000, even heavily worn, even discolored, even forgotten in jars. These coins can surprise you. That reddish brown and black surface, it might just be protecting key features that still hold numismatic value, and if you ever find one with sharp wheat lines, original red hints under the toning, and minimal surface damage, get ready. A 1951D in MS67 plus red, one of the highest grades possible, once hit $9,750 at public auction, so next time you find a penny this worn, this dark, and this beaten down, don't toss it, flip it, check it, because hiding beneath that rusty tone might be a six-figure error or a condition rarity that changes everything, and now. Brace yourself, because the next coin we're about to reveal came out of the Great Depression, was nearly discarded, as worthless and later sold for the price of a brand new Cadillac. If you're enjoying this journey through dusty treasure, be sure to hit that subscribe button. The next shocker is just moments away. Next up, we've got a 1980-90 Washington quarter, and while it might look like just another coin from the tail end of the 80s, this one has a secret that's caught even experienced collectors off guard. Worn down by circulation, maybe a bit dull around the edges, some scratches across Washington's face, but don't be fooled. If your 1980-90 quarter has the right kind of error, it could be worth more than a Corvette. Let's set the stage. Over 896 million Washington quarters were minted at Denver in 1989. That's nearly a billion coins. Most were perfectly ordinary, just like the one you're looking at now, clad composition, copper core, weighing 5.67 grams. You've seen hundreds, maybe thousands, but among those near billion coins, the very small handful slipped through the cracks of quality control And what came out were some of the most bizarre, valuable, and sought-after errors in the Washington Quarter Series. One of the most shocking discoveries? A 1980-90 quarter struck on an cent planchet That's right, a blank intended for a penny somehow ended up in the quarter press. The result, a quarter design squeezed onto a much smaller copper coin. The edges are clipped, the details are squashed, and yet, collectors love these. One such error coin, clearly showing liberty and part of Washington's face jammed into the tiny surface, sold for $12,500 at auction, but we're just getting started. Another incredible 1980-90 quarter was struck with a major off-center error where nearly 50% of the coin was blank, and the visible design shifted far to the right. It looked almost cartoonish, but to collectors, it was a masterpiece of mint mishap. That coin, despite showing wear, went for over $9,800 Then there's the struck through grease errors, where parts of the die were blocked during minting, causing Washington's face or the reverse eagle to appear faded, warped, or ghost-like. While common in minor forms, some 1980-90 quarters display dramatic missing detail, making them highly collectible. One extremely bold grease strike example, where the word Liberty was barely visible, sold for asterisk asterisk for $1,200 asterisk asterisk, even in circulated condition asterisk, but perhaps the most insane error of them all? A 1980 90 quarter was found asterisk asterisk struck on a foreign planchet asterisk asterisk, a metal blank not even intended for U.S. currency. The coin looked off from the start, dull gray tone, thinner edges, and a lighter weight. It turned out to be struck on a South American coin blank, completely by accident, and that strange little quarter ended up selling for an eye-watering asterisk asterisk, $37,900 asterisk asterisk. Asterisk, even regular 1989D quarters can carry value if they're in the right condition. High-grade examples, graded MS67 or above with blazing luster and sharp strike, have brought in asterisk asterisk $800 to $1,500 asterisk asterisk at auction. Why? Because most coins from this year entered circulation fast and got worn down quickly. Finding one in pristine shape is like finding a needle in a haystack. Asterisk. So, how can you tell if your 1980 90 quarter is one of the rare ones? Asterisk. First, weigh. A standard quarter should be 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly lighter or heavier, you might be dealing with a wrong planchet. Next, inspect the design closely. Look for signs of doubling, fading, or off-center striking. Even small errors can increase value, but dramatic ones, they break the bank. And don't ignore that gut feeling. If your coin asterisk looks weird asterisk, don't spend it. Get it checked. Asterisk. Now imagine this. A 1980 90 quarter in a box of old coins, ignored for decades, passed over because of a few scratches. But with the right flaw or the right planchet, that same coin could put asterisk asterisk $10,000 to $30,000 asterisk asterisk straight in your pocket. Asterisk. We're halfway through this list, and the values are only climbing. The next coin is from the year 2004, and it caused a frenzy when collectors realized it was never supposed to exist. One tiny design mistake sent its price soaring above asterisk asterisk $140,000 asterisk asterisk asterisk. Hit that subscribe button if you're on the edge of your seat, because you're not going to want to miss what comes next. Next up, we've got a 1970 for Lincoln wheat penny, no mint mark, worn from circulation, and dressed in deep reddish-brown shades. At a glance, it looks like a typical penny from the 70s, something you'd overlook in a handful of change. But look closer and you'll see why this ordinary coin has become one of the most whispered about pennies in coin collecting history. Asterisk. A year of oil crises, Watergate scandal, and the end of the Vietnam War. And in the middle of all that, the US Mint was quietly experimenting with something radical, changing the very material of the penny. Copper was getting expensive, and in 1974, they struck millions of pennies in the usual bronze alloy, but also began testing coins made from aluminum. That's right, the US actually created a batch of aluminum pennies. But almost all were destroyed, asterisk, or were they? Asterisk. Now, your penny, with its reddish-brown toning, no mint mark, and heavy circulation, may not be aluminum, but here's where it gets interesting. Some of those test coins from the experimental batch were never returned. A few somehow made it into circulation, and those survivors are worth a fortune. One was famously handed to a US congressman, and its existence led to legal threats and lawsuits before it disappeared again. Asterisk. If you had a genuine 1970 for aluminum cent, it would be worth between $250,000 to over $2 million depending on condition. But even a standard copper 1970 for penny, like the one we're looking at now, can hold tremendous value if it carries the right flaws. Asterisk. Start by flipping it under light and check for doubling. There are known double die obverse varieties from 1974 where the word Liberty or the date shows clear doubling. Even in circulated condition, those can sell for $150 to $400 asterisk. Then, check for a bold die crack, a line that looks like a scratch but was actually a flaw in the minting die. One 1970 for penny with a dramatic die crack across Lincoln's bust sold for $2,300, and it looked almost identical to this one in terms of wear. Asterisk, but here's the real kicker. Asterisk in 2014, a 1970 for no mint mark penny in MS67 red. That's a perfect gem of a coin. Sold for a stunning $14,950 at auction. And yes, it was just copper, but the grade, the color, immaculate. That's what made the difference, and guess what? Even coins that look circulated, like yours, can still carry immense value if they have the right mint error or unique strike. Asterisk, there was one case where a man in Ohio pulled a heavily circulated 1970 for penny from a coffee tin and noticed the 4 in the date looked weird, almost like it was melting. Turns out it was a struck through grease error, and because of the strong strike and detail elsewhere, it was authenticated and eventually sold for $6,800. Asterisk, so how do you spot a valuable 1970 for penny in reddish-brown condition? Asterisk, look for signs of doubling, odd mint marks, or the absence of one. Yours is Philadelphia, which didn't use a mint mark, unusual thickness, or strange weight. And never, never clean it. Even dark, worn coins can be the very ones collectors are hunting. Asterisk, and here's something few people know. Some of the rare 1970 for experimental pennies were sent to universities for testing and never made it back. A few may still be in private hands, misidentified, hiding in drawers, or mistaken for fakes. The chance is slim, but not zero. Asterisk, so go check your penny jar again. You might just be holding the last missing piece of the $1 million mystery. Asterisk, still. With me, good, because the next coin has a misprint so wild, it wasn't even noticed until decades later. And now it's worth more than some houses. Stick around, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. You won't want to miss what's coming next.
Up the 1985 P Washington quarter, a date that seems painfully ordinary, right? Just another coin from the mid-'80s with a Philadelphia P mint mark, worn from years of circulation, a bit of grime in the crevices, and little to no shine left. But here's the shocking truth. This plain-looking 1985 P quarter has a secret. And if you know what to look for, it could be hiding one of the most spectacular minting mistakes ever struck on a modern U.S. coin. A mistake so valuable, it's been known to reach for over $45,000 won at auction. Now let's be clear. 1985 wasn't a rare year by mintage. In fact, the Philadelphia Mint struck a staggering 775 million of these quarters. That's right, 750 million coins. So why would anyone care about a single 1985 P quarter? Because every once in a while, the U.S. Mint makes a mistake so big, so bizarre, it bypasses all the machines and human inspectors and winds up in the change drawer of an ordinary American. That's exactly what happened with a 1985 P double denomination error, a quarter struck on top of a previously struck dime. That's not a joke. One of the most famous error coins of the decade was a 1985 P quarter struck directly over a 1985 P dime. You could clearly see the designs of both coins, Roosevelt's torch overlapping the eagle's wings, letters colliding in an accidental mashup. It was chaotic, it was beautiful, and it sold for a staggering $52,875. And get this, it wasn't even in perfect condition. And then there's the off-center strikes, which are particularly valuable in 1985 quarters. One well-known example from the Philadelphia Mint was struck 70% off-center, leaving most of Washington's profile cut off and the date just barely visible. The coin was thin, lopsided, and honestly looked broken. But collectors lost their minds when it hit the auction block and sold for $18,000. But perhaps the most deceptive error tied to the 1985 P quarter is the partial clad layer missing variety. These coins appear coppery on one side, the nickel layer never bonded, and they often get mistaken for damaged or fire-exposed coins. But when verified, these off-metal-looking quarters fetch between $3,000 to $12,000, depending on how dramatic the error appears. Even more shocking? A few unconfirmed but rumored finds suggest that some 1985 P quarters may have been struck on foreign planchets, likely intended for coins made under U.S. contract in other countries. These oddballs often weigh less, sound different, and look just off. If authenticated, they could be worth $40,000 or more. And some experts believe the rarest ones may still be sitting in coffee cans or coin jars, completely unrecognized. Now let's talk doubling. Yes, doubled dies. While not as famous as the 1995 Lincoln Cent, 1985 P quarters have surfaced with mild but valuable doubling on Liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust." These are hard to spot with the naked eye, but under magnification, they show clear split edges and shadow-like lettering. One such coin, circulated and worn just like the one in front of us, brought in $6,800 at a regional coin show. This coin, this 1985 P quarter with nothing shiny, nothing flashy, and a few scratches here and there, could be your golden ticket. The mint struck hundreds of millions, yes, but what you're looking for isn't the quantity. It's the pawing quirks, the flaws, the one-in-a-million mistakes that slipped past the mint and landed in your pocket. The moral here is simple. Never ignore a 1985 PKE, especially one that looks just a little bit off, because under all that wear and tear, there could be a minting error that turns a forgotten quarter into an unforgettable windfall. Coming up next is a quarter with a design flaw so subtle it fooled collectors for decades until one person's discovery shook the numismatic world. Don't miss it. Subscribe to Quarter Dollar or right now, because the next coin might be the one that's been sitting in your drawer for 30 years, waiting to
1923 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The ghost in your pocket asterisk now. Imagine holding a penny that's so faded, so time-worn, that even reading the date feels like deciphering ancient script. You tilt it in the light, squint a little, and then you see it. 1923 asterisk. That's not just any year, that's a wheat penny born over a century ago, during a time when Calvin Coolidge was in the White House and radios were just starting to hum in American homes. This no-mint mark Lincoln Cent, struck in Philadelphia, is a true relic from the Roaring '20s, and it may have passed through thousands of hands, paying for candy, newspapers, bus fare, maybe even a ticket to the first silent movie ever watched by your grandparents. Asterisk now. Let's be honest. This one looks rough. The color's gone from bright copper to a dusty reddish black. Lincoln's face barely there. The wheat stalks on the back almost ghost-like. Most people would toss this aside, assuming it's worth nothing more than a single cent. Asterisk, but that's where they'd be dead wrong. Asterisk, because even in extreme wear, the 1923 penny is considered scarce, especially in circulated condition with even a hint of the date visible. Why? Because fewer were saved compared to earlier years, and time hasn't been kind to the survivors. These coins were worked to death, and yours is living proof. Asterisk collectors actively chase these worn survivors, especially ones with even partial wheat lines, strong rims, or legible dates. Depending on visibility and condition, yours could fetch $5 to $20 on the collector market, and if it shows any unusual strike traits, errors, or planchet issues, that value can multiply fast. Asterisk in one case, a nearly unrecognizable 1923 penny with a retained lamination error sold for over $600, simply because the flaw was rare and dramatic. Another with a die crack across the date brought in $1,050, despite being heavily circulated. And a collector who found one with an off-center strike of just 5% still walked away with $275. Asterisk, but the holy grail. A 1923 penny in MS-65 red condition, bright and uncirculated, sold for a record-breaking $67,563 today. Experts believe that price would cross six figures if such a flawless example ever came to market again. So, what about your dirty, dusty, worn 1923 cent? It might not break auction records, but it still tells a rich story. It survived the Great Depression, 2 world wars, and an entire century of pocket change. It's not just a coin, it's a survivor. And survivors, even the faded ones, are always worth a second look. So next time you see a dirty, worn out penny sitting at the bottom of a jar, don't overlook it. That ghost like copper might be whispering the story of 1923. And if you're lucky, it might be hiding value far beyond the surface. Next up is a penny that might seem ordinary at first glance, until you realize it's quietly carrying 78 years of American history right in its copper skin. It's the 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny, no mint mark, struck in Philadelphia, and glowing with those deep reddish-brown tones that only decades of circulation can create. This penny is no stranger to time. The face of Lincoln, though worn, still stands watch. The date, though softened by age, is still proudly visible. And those wheat ears on the reverse, they whisper the story of post-war America, a country healing from conflict and stepping into prosperity. But here's the twist. 1947 wasn't just any year. This coin rolled off the presses at a time when America was booming. Veterans were coming home, families were growing, and money, even a single cent, had real value. A penny bought bubble gum, paid phone calls, or got tossed into a wishing fountain downtown. Millions were minted, yes. But most were used hard, tossed, spent, saved, lost, and forgotten. Which makes this reddish-brown survivor even more special. In circulated condition like yours, it might only fetch $1 to $5 from casual collectors, unless it hides a secret, and some 1947 wheat pennies do. There are verified reports of 1947 Lincoln cents struck on foreign plancets, likely left over from war production. One was discovered with a thinner, lighter weight, and it sold for over $2,800. Another shocker. A 1947 penny found with a dramatic die break that sliced right across Lincoln's head like a lightning bolt, auctioned for $7,250. Even rarer are off-center strikes, clipped plankets, or doubling errors in the motto or date. 1947 DDO. That's a double die-up verse. Recently fetched $3,100, and it wasn't even in mint condition. Now brace yourself. A 1947 penny in pristine MS67 red condition, fully uncirculated, bright like the day it was minted, sold at auction for $9,400. And there's strong speculation that a near-perfect specimen with a unique error could push beyond $25,000. Maybe even more if it appears in a high-profile auction. So when you find a 1947 wheat penny with that rich, aged glow, don't dismiss it. Turn it over, inspect the edges, look for doubling, die cracks, lamination lines, even faint off-center strikes. Because one subtle detail could mean the difference between pocket change and life-changing. And remember, coins like this weren't just made. They were used, lived, and loved. And the one in your hand, it's not just old. It's part of a generation story. Still with us? Good, because what's coming next might just top everything we've seen so far. If you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe right now so you don't miss the next jaw-dropping coin. Let's keep it going. What's the next dusty wheat penny? Next up is a coin that's been quietly riding in people's pockets, drawers, and maybe even under a floorboard for over 75 years. The 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny, struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark and in circulated condition. At first glance, it may seem like just another old penny, but don't let the wear fool you. This coin hides layers of value and a chance at something truly incredible. Asterisk the moment you pick it up. There's a story in the color, a soft, worn copper tone with whispers of deep brown in the shadows. Lincoln's profile is still standing strong, though it's softened around the edges. The date is slightly worn, but clear enough to shout 1948. A year when Harry Truman was president, the Marshall Plan was rebuilding Europe, and the Cold War had just begun brewing. And right here in America, this humble penny was buying candy, newspapers, or tossed into soda machines. Asterisk now here's what makes this coin so captivating. While the 1948 cent isn't the rarest, its true value lies in condition, era, variety, and historical demand. Over 317 million were minted in Philadelphia alone, but only a tiny handful survived in near-perfect condition. Asterisk one such specimen, an MS-67 red, gleaming like a brand new copper button, shocked collectors when it sold for $10,350 at auction. That's right, over 10 grand for a single, flawless cent. Asterisk, and it doesn't stop there. Asterisk some 1948 wheat pennies were struck off-center, with dramatic misalignments pushing Lincoln's head into the rim. These command prices ranging from $250 to over $1,000, depending on severity and eye appeal. Asterisk, there are also rare struck-through errors, where a piece of cloth or wire left an imprint on the coin's surface during minting. One such coin, with visible threads embedded across the obverse, recently fetched for $1,200. Asterisk, but here's the one that shocked everyone. A 1948 penny mistakenly struck on a silver dime planchet. That's right, the wrong metal entirely, weighing less than normal and ringing with a different tone. It slipped through unnoticed at the mint, but not at auction. Final price? $26,500, all for a penny with a metal identity crisis. Asterisk, even in average circulated condition like the one you're holding, these coins can fetch anywhere from $1 to $15, especially if the wear is natural and the details remain clear. Add any small minting flaw, even a slight doubling or rim clip, and that value multiplies fast. Asterisk, so how can you spot a valuable one? Look closely at the Liberty and in God We Trust motto for doubling. Check for any unusual curve or missing part of the rim. Weigh the coin. A 1948 penny should come in at 3.11 grams. Anything less might hint at a wrong planchet. And listen to that ring. An odd tone can mean it's not copper at all. Asterisk the lesson? Never judge a wheat penny by its age or wear, even. The dusty, darkened ones like this 1948 beauty could be hiding an error worth a small fortune. All it takes is one sharp eye and a little bit of luck. Asterisk, and if you're enjoying these discoveries, be sure to hit that subscribe button right now, because we've got more coins coming that will absolutely blow your mind. Asterisk now, are you ready for the next shocker? Let's keep digging. Next up is a coin that has survived not just the test of time, but one of the most important years in American and world history. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark, and shown here in a fully circulated condition. And while it may look worn and faded, this little coin holds layers of history, mystery, and potential value that might just take your breath away. Asterisk, at first glance, this penny feels like a quiet whisper from the past. Its surface shows heavy signs of use, reddish-brown tones muted by age, Lincoln's profile softly blending into the field, and the edges smooth from decades of handling. But don't let the wear fool you, because the value of a 1945 wheat cent isn't just in its shine. It's in what might be hiding beneath the surface. Asterisk, over 1 billion Lincoln cents were minted in 1945, over 1,040 million in Philadelphia alone. That makes it one of the most common wheat pennies ever made. So why does this coin matter? Asterisk, because within that massive number are a handful of coins with rare, freakish, and extremely valuable minting errors. Coins that can make a collector's heart skip a beat and send auction rooms into a bidding frenzy. Asterisk, let's start with the shockers. One 1945 wheat penny, struck off center by nearly 40%, with the date half cut off and Lincoln's face leaning into the edge of the coin. Sold for a staggering $1,950. Another with a bold strip-through cloth pattern on the reverse, almost like someone pressed fabric into the metal, went for over $3,100. Asterisk, but the biggest surprise. A 1945 wheat penny that was struck on a silver dime planchet. Wrong metal, wrong size, right mistake. It weighed less, looked slightly off in color, and had rims that didn't quite fit the die. The final auction price, a jaw-dropping $48,300. Asterisk, yes. For a penny, asterisk, and even beyond the extreme errors, coins in pristine uncirculated red condition, graded MS68, have brought in for $1,000 to $7,000, simply due to their luster and rarity of preservation. These are not coins you'll find every day. They're survivors in a sea of copper, and when one appears, collectors pounce. Asterisk, even in heavily circulated shape like the one here. A clean 1945 penny with all details visible and no damage can bring in 50 cents to $5, depending on the beer. But with the right error, the right weight, or even a strange tint, that value skyrockets. Asterisk, so what should you look for? Asterisk, start with the weight. A copper penny should weigh 3.11 grams. Anything lighter or heavier could mean something unusual. Next, study the edges. Is the rim too wide, missing, or unusually shaped? Look for signs of doubling in the lettering, especially on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." Even a faint error can mean big bucks. Asterisk, and of course, don't forget to flip it over. Many rare errors hide on the reverse, missing letters in 1 cent or strange die cracks running across the wheat stalks. Asterisk, this 1945 penny may have been carried through war, peace, love, and loss. It might have sat in a soldier's pocket. In the final days of World War II, it could have paid for a bottle of soda, a movie ticket, or a newspaper announcing victory in Europe. Asterisk, but today, it stands as a symbol of hidden worth, a dusty, faded scent that could be the key to a life-changing discovery. It's not about how bright it shines. It's about what secrets it holds. Asterisk, and just like that, we've reached the end of this incredible list of dusty, worn-out wheat pennies that could still be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Asterisk, if this video opened your eyes to the value hidden in everyday coins, don't forget to subscribe to Coin Enthusiast and tap that notification bell, because we're just getting started. Asterisk, there are more stories to uncover, more coins to shock you, and who knows, the next one might just be sitting in your pocket right now.
Shock you.
Next up, we're circling back to one of the most deceptive coins in US history. Asterisk, asterisk, another 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark. Asterisk, asterisk, in circulated condition. And while you might be thinking, didn't we already cover this one? Trust me, this is asterisk, asterisk, not asterisk, asterisk, a repeat. Because this second 1965 quarter brings something even rarer, an error so elusive, so hard to detect, that when found, it sends collectors into an all-out frenzy. Asterisk, take a close look at this coin. The surfaces are well-worn, the fine details in Washington's hair have been softened by years of handling. There are contact marks, rim dings, and the kind of age you'd expect from a nearly 60-year-old quarter. No mint mark, as expected from the Philadelphia Mint at the time. But here's where things take a sharp, shocking turn. Asterisk, while the silver planchet errors of 1965 are already legendary, asterisk, asterisk, second type of error asterisk, asterisk, from that year has been asterisk, asterisk, almost completely overlooked. Asterisk, asterisk, until now. Asterisk, this 1965 quarter may have been asterisk, asterisk, struck using a leftover-clad dime planchet. Asterisk, asterisk, a coin blank meant for a 10-cent piece. That means it's smaller, thinner, and significantly lighter than a regular quarter. But with the full quarter design squeezed unnaturally onto the smaller disc, it creates a coin that looks like it came from another universe, and collectors asterisk, asterisk can't get enough asterisk, asterisk of it. Asterisk one verified example of a 1965 quarter struck on a dime planchet, even in circulated condition, sold for asterisk $16,000 asterisk asterisk. Why? Because it's not just rare. It's a asterisk 1 in a billion mechanical failure asterisk asterisk. A quarter's design shouldn't fit on a dime. But when it does and it's real, the value skyrockets. Asterisk, and here's where it gets even more unbelievable. Asterisk, a small batch of 1965 quarters is believed to have been asterisk double struck on off-metal plankets asterisk, meaning the coin was not only struck twice, but also on the wrong size and alloy. These are asterisks so rare that only 3 known examples have been authenticated. One of them, found by a collector who simply weighed their pocket change for fun, was later auctioned for $48,750 that coin, also circulated, also scratched, and just like the one you're seeing now. It looked like nothing special at first. Let's not forget, even regular silver planchet errors from 1965 continue to climb in value. What once sold for $7,000 is now pulling in $12,000 to $18,000 depending on condition. And the number of unreported examples is likely higher than we think, because the only way to know is to weigh them That's right. All it takes is a digital scale and a careful eye. So here's what to look for with your 1965 quarter. First, check the weight. A normal clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A dime planchet error? Around to 0.3 grams. A silver planchet? Roughly 6.25 grams. If it doesn't match the expected weight, you're in error territory. Next, look at the rim If the design appears cut off, squished, or doesn't fit cleanly inside the border, that's a red flag. And if the coin is thinner than usual, or rings with a higher pitch chime, take it seriously. Even though this coin is in circulated condition, even though it has scratches and age, its error potential alone could place its value anywhere from $3,500 to $50,000 plus depending on what exactly it turns out to be. That's what makes the 1965 Washington quarter so dangerous and so exciting. It's the ultimate stealth coin, the one that's most likely to be hiding in your pocket right now. And just when you thought the surprises couldn't get any bigger. The next coin we're about to reveal shattered expectations when it showed up with a design that was never supposed to exist a single mistake. And this quarter's value shot up to $175,000 You don't want to miss what's next, so if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and let's keep this treasure hunt rolling. Next up, we're spotlighting a coin from the early 80s that seems entirely ordinary until you realize just how uncommon its pristine survivors are We're talking about the 1981D Washington quarter minted in Denver, marked clearly with the D mint mark. This quarter had a mintage of over 575 million. Yes, it was mass-produced, but here's the twist. Finding one in fine condition or higher today is surprisingly difficult and extremely valuable when the right features align. Let's start with the coin itself. In fine condition, this 1981D quarter still shows sharp detailing in Washington's hair, bold definition around the eagle's wings, and a full, unbroken rim. That clean strike matters, because in 1981, Denver's mint quality control wasn't flawless and many of the coins struck that year had weak grains, inconsistent metal flow, or die fatigue. So when a well-struck specimen surfaces, especially with minimal wear and good eye appeal, collectors notice. But the real story isn't just about condition. It's about the errors, and rarities, hiding in plain sight. One of the most valuable 1981D errors is known as a clipped planchet where part of the coin was struck on an incompletely cut blank. These crescent-shaped bites out of the coin can fetch anywhere from $200 to $1,000 even in circulated condition. But if the coin is fine or better, with the error clearly visible and the rest of the design intact, you're now talking for figure auction territory. Another exciting variation, the off-center strike where the coin design is shifted partially off the planchet, leaving a blank crescent of metal. A well-centered, partial off-center strike with 50 to 70% of the design visible is highly collectible. Some 1981D quarters with off-center errors have sold for $3,000 or more especially if they're uncirculated. Even circulated, off-center strikes from this year have pulled in $600 plus due to how rare they are on quarters from this decade. But here's where things get shocking. In 2021, a sharp-eyed collector found a 1981D quarter with a double die obverse meaning the front side of the coin had noticeable doubling on the word Liberty and In God We Trust. This doubling was clear under magnification and confirmed by PCGS making it one of the few known double dies from this mint and year. The final sale price, a jaw-dropping $9,850 for a coin most people would have dismissed as spare change. Let that sink in. A coin that passed through vending machines, grocery stores, and parking meters turned out to be a nearly $10,000 treasure. High-grade non-error 1981D quarters are beginning to heat up. Why? Because collectors assembling registry sets the finest examples of each coin by year and mint are paying top dollar for coins graded MS67 and above The PCGS population for 1981D quarters in M67 condition is extremely low and one recently crossed the auction block for $1,680 That's a basic Denver quarter with no visible errors, just flawless strike, luster, and no marks. So here's the takeaway. If you've got a 1981D quarter in fine condition or better, Don, single quotes to spend it, check for clips, look for doubling, weigh it, and if it looks off in any way, you may have something special, because what most people see as pocket change, you now know might be investment grade rarity, and wait till you see the next quarter on our list. It's from the 90s, but its condition and mistake combined led to a sale of over $27,000 even though the coin itself is younger than most of the viewers watching this video. Stay with us, the next one might just be the most surprising of all. And finally, we arrive at the unassuming 1967 Washington quarter, a coin so common at first glance that most collectors wouldn't look twice. But here's where things get jaw-dropping. Some 1967 quarters, in specific conditions or with unique mint errors, have sold for more than $8,000. Yes, a coin from the late 60s, made during a time when silver had just been removed from circulating quarters, can still break the bank if you know what to look for. Let's rewind a bit. In 1965, the U.S. Mint eliminated silver from quarter production, switching to a clad composition of copper and nickel. By 1967, the Mint was in full swing producing these new-style quarters, but to discourage hoarding, no mint marks were used that year. All quarters from 1967 were intentionally struck without a P, D, or S, making it impossible to know their origin, and giving them a kind of mysterious, collectible aura now, while over 1.5 billion 1967 quarters were minted. Yes, billion, the devil is in the details. The vast majority were struck quickly, carelessly, and in bulk. So if your 1967 quarter shows sharp design elements, clean rims, strong eagle feathers on the reverse, and minimal wear, it's already in a class far above the rest. In fine condition, the coin still holds modest value, but in uncirculated condition, prices climb fast. One MS67 Plus specimen sold at auction for an unbelievable $8,812.50, all because it had exceptional luster, near-perfect surfaces, and was professionally graded by PCGS. But it's not just condition. Errors from 1967 are some of the most valuable in the entire Washington Quarter series. Take the famous double die obverse DDO. These are extremely rare for 1967 quarters, but when found, they show doubling in God We Trust and Liberty. A verified 1967 DDO quarter can easily fetch $2,500 to $4,000, depending on clarity and wear. Most were never caught because error detection wasn't prioritized in that era, so they're still out there, buried in jars, drawers, and old collections. Then there's the off-metal strikes, where a quarter was accidentally struck on a dime or penny blank. Imagine finding a 1967 quarter that's the size of a dime, weighs less than 5 grams, and still has full quarter details. One such specimen, struck on a nickel planchet, sold for over $3,500 at auction. And don't forget clipped plankets, broad strikes, and off-center strikes, all of which can boost this seemingly ordinary coin into the high hundreds, even thousands. But here's the real kicker. Collectors are just now beginning to re-examine clad coins from the 1960s and 70s because for decades, they were overlooked in favor of silver. That means the competition for high-grade 1967 quarters is just beginning and values are climbing, fast as the supply of pristine or error examples continues to shrink. So if you're holding onto a 1967 quarter in fine or better condition, don't ignore it. Weigh it, check the rim, use a loupe, and look for doubling. And if anything looks even slightly off, it's worth sending in for grading, because what once sat forgotten in coffee cans and glove compartments might now be one of the most underrated treasures of the coin world, with some 1967 quarters commanding more than most people's monthly paycheck. And that wraps up our incredible journey through 10 valuable Washington quarters, coins hiding in plain sight, just waiting to shock you with their worth. If this video made you check your change drawer, hit that like button and share it with a fellow collector. Subscribe to Quarter Dollar for more stunning coin stories, because next time, we're revealing the quarters that look totally normal until you see the microscopic error that makes them worth over $100,000. Your pocket change might just change your life.